I'm Scott McAfee with Don's Bikes of Redlands, and I'm going to teach you how to shift the gears on your road bike. First of all, I'm going to start with this bike here. And on a road bike, you can either shift what we call from the drops, or what I do commonly is from the hoods. I tend to ride up here most of the time, a little bit more upright, a little bit more comfortable. Now on a road bike, the brake levers are the shifters. So these levers actually do both. And the way it works is as you're pedaling it from this position, one click up shifts you into an easy gear, that shifts you back down, but you have two pairs, the right pair and the left pair. The right pair of shifters, and again I say pair because you got the big lever and the little one. The right pair works your back 8, 9, or possibly 10 gears on the back. The left pair works your front, typically 2 chain rings up front. Some road bikes actually have 3. This particular road bike has 2. But let's take you through how it works. Let's say I'm riding along and I'm going up kind of an incline or a little bit of a grade, and I want the bike to pedal a little bit easier to get me up that grade. I just take a couple fingers, push the whole thing in, one click, and that drops me into a little lower, a little easier gear. Hit it again, and it gets even easier still. Well, let's say I'm spinning out and I'd like a little harder gear for a little bit more resistance, a little bit more speed. I usually use my middle finger, push the little lever in, and that progressively shifts me down into a higher, harder gear on the back, which gives me more resistance and ultimately more speed. Now, let's say I'm on some of the middle gears on the back, but I'm going up more than a grade. It's a good size hill, a good size climb, and I need to get down into a much lower, much easier range of gears. Well, that's where I come over to the left side, push the little one all the way in, and that drops me from the large chainring down to the small one up front. What that means now is that overall the range of the back gears are significantly easier. And that's the gear range I'll be using for big climbs or even mountains. To get back up on the big ring, push the whole lever in, and it pushed me back up onto the large chainring up front. You can see we have 2, the large and the small. When I'm back up under the large chainring, that's the one I'm gonna use for pretty much flatland, downhill, small rollers, or everything else. Now, the one thing you do need to know about shifting is that of all the gear combinations you have, in this case 2 by 10, which is 20 combinations, the one combination that's kind of the no-no is big ring up front, that's my hard range up front, combined with my easiest gear on the back. And the reason being, if you look, you'll notice the chain is at a real extreme angle. The problem with that is with the chain at that much of an angle, it puts a lot of stress and strain on what we call the drivetrain. You can also prematurely wear out a chain. So you want to avoid this combination. I think you'll find from riding, you're typically not going to use it anyways, because if you need something that easy on the back, you're going to be in one of your lower or easier ranges up front anyhow. The last thing I want to mention is what we call a trim factor on a road bike, which enables me to fine tune the front derailleur. For example, let's say I'm shifting gears and I can hear this grinding noise. Okay, what that is the chain rubbing on the inside of the front derailleur. So all I have to do is give the lever just a little tap, and that trims it, so it puts the chain right down the middle of the front derailleur so there's no more rub. So if you give it a little tap, that makes it rub, tap it the other way, and now I've centered the front derailleur. So you actually have that little mini click in between shifts that enables you to fine tune the front derailleur. Thanks for listening.